So this video is to show you RetroOrangePi on an Orange Pi PC Plus. It's got a 32 gigabyte SD card right here. This is everything that I have for it. I've got two SNES controllers there, HDMI cord, power cord. Now you can probably see my reflection in the TV and my webcam on some boxes. That's how I had to record this. I wrecked my digital camera before I started doing this. Set everything up, it died, didn't work. But it doesn't have to look the greatest. I don't think a lot of people have HD videos on YouTube, but I just wanted to show you what you can do with the RetroOrangePi and the Orange Pi boards here. There's a lot of different kinds of these ones right here, but this is the one I like that I go for. So once it's all loaded up, I'm just going to take my little SNES controller here, and it shows you, it goes right to Atari 2600 for the system there. You can get anything from Atari 2600, ColecoVision, things like that, all the way up to PlayStation 1, which is pretty great. Now it's got the Atari there, got Game Gear, I've got Game Boy, I've got Game Boy Color. I've got Kodi here too, which is interesting because you can use this as an Android box. You can have Kodi put on here. I've made my own special build to put on Kodi. I'll talk about that more in another video. Got MAME right here, which stands for Multiple Arcade Machine Emulator. So that's all of your arcade games. I've got over 1100. That's not every single arcade game. It's just what I've got working on there. Got Sega Master System. Got the Sega Mega Drive. You can't see because of my webcam. It's probably too shiny right there, but that says Sega Genesis. So this is Sega Genesis. It's just that they had an upgrade for it where you could play CDs. I think it was called Mega Drive in Europe or other places. Got Nintendo 64 right here. Although with Nintendo 64, you would want to upgrade your SNES controller to something with more buttons on it, just because some games you would need all those buttons to play it properly. You can still play games with this on it though, and it's still fun. Neo Geo, there's tons of fighting games on there. You would only need the SNES controller for Neo Geo. Some puzzle games, Metal Slug is on here. If you've heard of the Metal Slug games, those are fun shooters. Got Nintendo Entertainment System, the original Nintendo, all 776 games. I don't think I'm missing any, but you never know. I've got some foreign language translations, no hacks though, no hacked games, no homebrew ones. PC Engine right here. PC Engine is TurboGrafx. So if you've heard of the TurboGrafx 16 from the early 90s, then this is what it is. They only made 94 games for it. You probably can't see it properly that it says 94 games. Everything works, that's great. Got the PlayStation right here, PlayStation 1. Now this right here will work for most games, but you'd probably want an actual controller like that. PlayStation 3 controllers, just pop it in, just configure the buttons, it works pretty easily. Got RetroPie here. This is just the configuration right here. You can just change settings. If you don't know what you're doing, don't go in here. I had to be shown with some resources online what I was supposed to do, how to configure things. I just leave it there. Super Nintendo, my favorite gaming system right here. Got 803 games, got more than the official total. I've got some translated ones that are translated into English. You can see that that's the Super Famicom, the Japanese one. That's the Super Nintendo, if it's not too bright right here, if everything is showing up properly. So we're back to Atari. So this carousel right here just goes through everything. Just flips right through. Now if I press the start button right here, you can actually go to a desktop. I'll do that right now actually. So I want to go to the desktop. Gotta find my mouse on the ground here. So it's got a basic Linux installation right here. So you can actually surf the internet if you want to, use it as a regular computer. I'm not going to show you anything more than that. And you need a mouse and a keyboard though, put it that way. And I'll just go back to EmulationStation right here. And very quickly it goes right back, which is great. OpenELEC I don't know too much about. I think it's just a different distribution of Kodi. But that's all I know right now. You don't really need it. Scraper, you can scrape from the gamesdatabase.com to get all the information on the video games, the proper names for them, the box art, which I'll show you all the games in a different video. I'm just going through the basic setup for Kodi right now, things you can do. No, I'm sorry, not for Kodi, for the Orange Pi right now. Sound settings, obviously you can change some sound right there. User interface, I've got the theme set right here, the Cosmos Ropey, which I like. It's the default theme. You can download more themes if you want. They might have a different one. Nope, just that one to start. You can change the view for the video games. You can have just a basic text, just names that just go down like that. It's not very visually appealing. I like the detailed ones with the box art. The video is great. You can do that. It shows a little clip from the video or from the game so you know what type of game you're going to play. That just takes up a lot of resources and a lot of hard drive space, so I don't do it. I don't really care about that. You can start on a certain system, go right into, say, Nintendo if you want to. I just choose this basic startup right here. It's fine with me. On-screen help, I always turn it off. If I turn it on, I go back, it'll just show you what you can do right here. So I'm going to turn that off again. Game collection settings, you can set up like your favorites, different things like that from different, just different collections if you want. I don't really like doing that. Other settings, there's power saver mode, VRAM limit. I would just leave that alone unless someone who really knows what they're talking about tells you to change that. It's set up at 100 megabytes right now, which is fine. Everything runs smoothly. Just different stuff right there. Configure input, that's when you put in a controller. I've already configured it for the SNES controller, so it already knows on the buttons. Don't need to do that there. You can set it up for sleep mode if you want. Don't want to turn it off, just save power. And then you can quit. You can restart EmulationStation if you've changed something. You can restart the whole system, shut down the system, and quit EmulationStation. If you just quit EmulationStation, you'll just come to a command prompt or the terminal, whatever you want to call it, and you have to type in commands to do certain things. I don't know enough really to type different commands, so I just leave it as that. So that's just a basic run through of the RetroOrangePi and EmulationStation on an Orange Pi computer like that. So they're pretty great.